Do you like claps? All right.
Do you like nachos?
There you go. Somebody got it. All right. It's Saturday.
What was that a reference to?
The Simpsons.
It's, wasn't it Jimmy Carter? Wasn't that?
Was it? I don't.
Oh, it was like Gerald Ford moves. It was
Gerald
like
Ford,
George
was.
Bush,
I knew it was
and
the
then
president.
yeah.
Oh,
Ford
right. That's right. That's
How
right.
about you come over to my place and we can watch football and eat nachos or something along those lines?
Yes, exactly.
There
You
we
know
go.
it. I'm surprised that Phil did not get that.
Yeah, really.
Very surprised.
Sorry.
You were off your game today.
Yeah, I only know Family Guy quotes.
Nice.
Mhm.
Lee.
Like that time when he said, "Hey, I'm the Family Guy." Hey.
I love that time.
I don't remember that time. What did Mickey Mouse say in that episode?
He said, "Oh boy, I'm Mickey Mouse." Yeah,
That sounds like Mr. Hanky, actually.
This is
Wibbly
crazy.
flabbly doo.
This is crazier than that time Mickey Mouse joined the A-Team and we took a trip to the moon.
Yeah. What did Shaggy say during that
He
whole
said,
thing?
"Like zoinks, dudes." Oh, radical.
And what did director Sam Raimi
Radical.
say about that?
He said, "Oh, everybody, hang on tight. We're going to take a trip beyond the stars."
And Sam Raimi is my favorite director.
That's right.
That's right. He creates all the latest Hollywood hits, like the invasion of the arrivals from beyond the moon.
Yep. That was my favorite one.
You know the one.
Yes.
And Johnny Wick, the crazy space murderer.
Oh, I meant to rent that for the plane. I'm gonna rent that for my GDC trip. I'm gonna rent John Wick.
Which one? Johnny Wick, the crazy
The
space
first.
murderer.
That's Mm-hmm.
That's
That's
it.
the one.
That's a great film.
Yeah.
It's got Bruce Campbell plays Ted, this space assassin. In a stunning dual role, he also plays his dog, Bowser. Woof woof, he says.
Well, hey, CJ, just as I've learned firsthand, make sure that John Wick is okay, but don't be watching like Hostel or anything in a public space.
No, please do.
Okay.
Please do.
I won't do that. What did I watch? I watched Game of Thrones on a flight
Why would you do that?
to New Zealand.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you
Yeah.
watched all of it then.
No, I didn't watch all of it. But when certain adult scenes came on, I switched it off.
Isn't that entire show adult scenes?
Basically.
You switched it off as it switched you on.
Oh, baby. Yeah. All right. Hello and
Wick's a good
welcome to
movie.
episode. What?
John Wick's a good movie.
Okay.
Yes.
You should.
So's the second one.
I haven't seen the
Oh.
second one yet.
It's good.
That got Keanu Reeves in it.
Right, guys, concentrate.
Let's be professionals here. We're professional broadcasters. We got a
Okie dokie.
podcast to lay down.
Okie dokie, artichoke.
Hello and welcome to episode 538 of the Player One podcast for Tuesday, February 28th, 2017. I'm your host, Chris Johnston. With me, as always, from the frozen north, Mr. Greg Seward.
How you doing? It's not frozen now. We've been above zero for like a week.
That's good.
That's right.
Anyway, you're about to come down to where it's warmer here in America.
Yeah, I got to make sure I remember my Facebook password for the Border Patrol.
True. That's, yep. And joining me from the great state of California, called hello.
Oh, hello. How are you?
That's all you got?
That's it. I
You take
wore
a
out
week
all
off
my
and-
I wore out all my silly voices during the pre-show banter.
Oh, yeah. People are going to have to check the YouTube version for that.
You know what? I wouldn't want to upset B3B0P NeoGAF user hacker alias Bebop who says that the off-topic banter and Phil's jokes and voices ruin an otherwise great podcast.
I don't disagree with that.
I mean, he's right though.
Hey,
There's a bit of truth there.
y'all are supposed to have my back.
Says
Truth.
the vain internet celebrity here.
Oh, that's me.
Internet celebrity Filthy
That
Walls.
is
That's
true.
me. Why, jeepers. Thanks, fellas.
And joining us tonight is Mr. Nintendo Switch superfan number 1, Mr. Ethan Einhorn.
Yes. I was driving back home with my son, and he said something that mortified me. He said, "Daddy, can I play some Clash?" And I'm like, "What?"
Yes.
'Cause
Yes.
we have not introduced him to any of that. As it turns
that's why
out,
we're starting 45 minutes late.
That's
Right.
when you grabbed his iPod Touch out of his hand and smashed it on the ground.
No. There's a happy ending, actually. I
He
misheard
meant-
him. He didn't
he
say.
He meant
didn't-
Card Fighters Clash on the Neo Geo Pocket Color.
Oh.
No. He didn't say Clash. He said Crash, as in Crash Bandicoot, because
Oh my
the
god.
PSP
So
Go
good.
that I have has that on it. So
Oh,
that's what
so
he wanted to
That's
play.
even
His taste
worse.
is even worse than we thought.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah. Jeez. Are you sure? Are you sure he's just not getting into the Clash? Because that would be pretty cool. That's
I'm
a pretty
sure.
cool kid who's into the
And-
Clash.
Hey, hate all you want, but I am really excited about that new remake of the original Crash trilogy. That looks hot. So
Why?
it's a really good game.
You know, I feel like Ethan, I love you, but I feel like at this point you're playing a caricature of yourself.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not. Those are good games, and sorry,
But you're wrong.
they're Naughty Dog games.
No, you
And-
gotta. Yeah. So what?
So's Way of the Warrior.
So's Way of the
Ready for
Warrior.
that one?
Well, Way of the Warrior is a great game. It's a modern classic of our time. Hey, it was the forerunner because they were the first to use Rob Zombie music in a video game. Like everybody copied
else
them.
Did. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Everyone
Yeah,
copied. Yeah. How's everybody doing? We're less than a week now.
Oh, thank God.
Before
I know, right?
Switchmas arrives
Yeah.
and Ethan gets his 4 Nintendo Switches.
That's right.
In fact, Ethan, you made a comment on Twitter that I thought was funny. Like, do you think it would be uncouth to be playing my first Switch while I'm in line to pick up my second?
Yep. We're gonna find out.
No, the answer is don't do that. Like, don't be that guy.
I hope you get mugged so hard.
Well, I would want to wait like near the end of the line, even if I got there earlier, so that the people who got in line and realized there weren't enough to go around could witness that.
Or beat the
Oh,
shit out of you and take yours.
or
Yeah,
that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No,
Don't-
I'm
don't
kidding.
be
I'm
that
kidding.
guy.
I won't be that guy. I'm probably just going to be playing some Fire Emblem Fates during both of my waits in line.
Don't we know someone who was beat up and had one of their launch day consoles stolen?
Not beat up.
Not beat up, but
No.
Greg
Greg
Orlando.
Orlando with
Right.
Oh
robbed.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And that
And I
was
remember,
real bad because he was
remember-
followed home.
right, that's what it was. And I also remember with the PS2, I remember Craig Kuyava went to a launch event that they actually did a lottery instead of whoever was in line. And he won one of them and he had to be escorted out with security.
Oh jeez. Wow.
Trump's America.
Yeah.
It wasn't back then, though.
It was going to be. All part of the same.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
I see. Well, hey, spoiler alert.
Hmm?
We have an announcement. We
What's
have
that?
all pre-ordered Switches. That means including Mr. Greg Seward, in part because those have been funded by Patreon
I want to call out, not in part for me.
in full.
In full.
In full.
So thank you, patrons.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank you very much,
seriously.
patrons, for making that possible. I think we're
Yeah.
going to have some good Switch talk on the next episode.
I'm still going to be
Get
playing
ready
the
for
Wii.
that. Anybody who's not ready for that,
Now, to be fair, Patreon supporters did not buy Ethan his baker's dozen of
no.
No,
One
No.
of those.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm still going to be playing Zelda on the Wii U.
What?
Really?
Just
What?
kidding.
Jeez.
but
So confusing.
What?
you're just gonna look at the UI and the OS. That's all you're gonna do. Download
Yeah.
a demo of Snipper Clips, and that's it.
Well, you guys did see the Edge review, right?
Yes. So
No.
some of the embargoes have lifted.
Mhm.
Last week we got an unboxing by
Mm-hmm.
Kit and Krista, the Nintendo Minute folks. Don't know if you saw
Yeah.
that. Then we got more of the press unboxing on Thursday, and then some video started hitting for Breath of the Wild and impressions as well on Friday. So we have some of that stuff, and in addition, we have the Edge issue 304, which has a cover story on Breath of the Wild, and they also reviewed it and gave it a
10, and it is the 19th game in the magazine's history to get a 10. So
Cool.
that's
pretty
right, a
deal.
perfect 10. Of course, everybody knows that 10 out of 10 means that the game is perfect in every way.
Of course,
And you have
of course.
That's just science.
There's nothing wrong with
It's just
that.
science.
Incidentally, the magazine is not out yet digitally or in print, but I did manage to find on Reddit the
Yes.
entire review. So that is on my Twitter account, which is Ethan_Einhorn. So if you're looking for it, check that out.
Mhm. Or if you don't want to be spoiled, don't read it at all. I read
Yeah, it's
the
pretty
last-
light on the spoilers,
last
but
line.
yeah.
I saw somebody on NeoGAF, of course, say, "How can a game get a perfect 10 out of 10 when the frame rate
Oh
dips?"
God.
And
Ah.
I just laughed.
There you
Like,
go.
oh,
It's
internet.
true, though. It's true. It's not a
But
solid 60.
The impressions of Zelda have been extremely positive. Reviews won't actually hit until later this week with scores, which I'm sure will be heavily debated on the internet. But
No.
several of the people who have been playing it have commented on Twitter on how good it is, basically.
Hmm.
So we know it seems like it's going to be pretty good.
Okay.
I'm trying not to get overhyped by some of the hyperbole that is being spouted online, but we'll
Or from
we'll
this
see.
show.
I'm sure I'll like it. Or on this show. Exactly.
Well,
And so going back a little bit, we also got impressions of the hardware, which have been extremely positive as well.
Yep.
yeah,
Except
like those
for
controllers that work all the time.
yes, except for a few of the impressions had in common a report that the left Joy-Con in particular would sometimes lose sync with the system. And
Mhm.
it's come out that I guess both of the Joy-Cons have that behavior when you cover them with a hand or try to use them through your own body. I don't know if you saw the Game Explained video where Andre Seegers kind of takes the Joy-Con and tries to use them behind his back, and it doesn't work.
Well, that's
Does
how I
not
play
work.
usually. So
Yes.
that's not good. I usually, will kind of lean forward and hold the controllers behind my back to play. So this is
Well, here's the thing. When I first heard it, my first impression was, well, it's not going to affect people who are using pro controllers, so I don't
Don't
care
say
because
that,
I'm
no.
getting a pro controller. But no, here's the thing: is I ended up this week, I received a taste of what that's like on the Xbox, because I suddenly had my Xbox connect and disconnect the controller over and over again, which is apparently something that happens quite a bit, and it is infuriating. So for anyone who has to deal with that, now I have a much higher level of sensitivity to why that would suck.
Yeah, I've
Really?
had
You
that problem on the
wait,
Xbox.
you didn't realize it would suck before it happened to you? Your
Well,
controller
I-
losing
controllers
sync.
stop working constantly. That's
That's not a
something
thing you
could
thought was going to be a
imagine
problem.
being
What
irritating.
I'm saying is certainly I could imagine it, but when you actually experience it, that definitely magnifies the irritation.
Aha.
Yes, and apparently it gets worse as the controllers get farther from the actual system itself. This will be interesting because my couch is more than 10 feet away from my
Yeah,
television
same here.
in my living room. So if it gets worse, like the farther away you get from being 10 feet away, then I'm in for some trouble potentially.
So spin this, Ethan, quickly into a positive, without saying that it's easily solvable by spending $70
$80
on
more.
it. Is it $80 for
No,
the other extra controller?
It's $70.
Yeah, $80 for
Is it
yeah,
79?
70.
Okay.
It's 70
Okay.
for a pro controller, you're right. $69.99.
Okay.
So yeah, for me personally, it's probably going to be a non-issue or something I won't end up experiencing because I'm getting 2 Pro controllers. But for those that are not and are going to experience it, it's a really frustrating thing for sure. And it's a shame that it's happening. I mean, you can't spin it.
Yeah. You can't spin it. I think it's crazy that Nintendo did not find this issue.
Mm-hmm.
Like, or maybe they did and they aren't saying anything. But because it's come up in a few, fact, like as that started coming out, others mentioned that it happened to them as well. It seems like a pretty big problem.
Yep.
Somehow.
Yeah,
whether
I'm
they
just
can
looking
do
at
it
the Game Explain
via a
video.
software update. Yeah, I don't know if a software update is going to do it or if they're going to have to do some kind of hardware fix. It doesn't.
Well, frankly, the other
problem.
thing is presumption was that the Pro controllers were already going to be in pretty limited supply. But if more core players now realize that that's kind of the must-have, so that you're not furious playing Zelda, that's going to make those all the harder to get to.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, hopefully firmware will fix it. Like, maybe it's something to do with like the amount of power the wireless transmitter is using or something. Like, maybe that'll boost the signal. I have no idea, because I mean, we don't really know how that stuff works in that controller, but I hope it's a firmware update, because otherwise they're gonna have to replace those things.
I don't see how that could be a firmware update.
Neither do I. I'm just trying to play. I'm trying to be positive here, but
it's on par with the PlayStation VR drifting problem. Just some of these things that are so irritating that that you almost have to question the purchase. It's really a shame.
I would think the drifting problem on PSVR would be worse.
No,
I mean, they're both
It's
bad.
bad.
No, because I mean,
you can fix the Joy-Con thing by moving your hand, or like not blocking, or just adjusting your grip on the.
Yeah, but I mean, who's to say that that's a comfortable grip? The drifting thing on the PlayStation, you unplug the thing and plug it back in. But even that, I mean, we've talked about this before, Ethan and I, for actual gameplay, it's not really an issue. Right. It's more an issue when you're using big screen mode, which honestly, I don't know how many people would use that, but it is an issue there. But like, I don't know. I mean, we're talking about basic system functionality here.
And it might in fact be that the controllers can have a firmware update, now that I think of it, because remember when PS3 launched, and a lot of people, myself included, were having that problem where you'd be playing a game, the controller would lose sync, and you would lose control of your character for a couple seconds.
Yeah,
and that's what they're describing with this.
Yeah,
and that's the thing. It's like, I mean, it'd be just as irritating either way. But I mean, if it was literally like a controller losing sync, so the system thinking that the controller had been turned off, because I'm guessing that, like any other system, if the controller gets turned off while you're playing it, the Switch will suspend and say, like, I don't have a controller right now. But I mean, I think that this can end up being a bigger problem too, because I mean, you're talking about, there's one game in particular with 1-2 Switch where the whole point is that you're holding these controllers, like, perhaps like right in your hand. So
in fact,
that
I
could be a problem.
Either the GameSpot or the Giant Bomb video, or I think I saw 1-2 Switch video where one of the games have the Joy-Cons disconnecting a few times.
Yeah. See, like that. So that's an issue. That is definitely.
So I will say I went back and listened to some prior Player One podcast episodes of system launches past. And I had forgotten about some of the problems that PS4 and Xbox One had. PS4, you'll remember, or maybe you won't remember, that the What's New section had to be disabled for a little while because it was just causing an infinite load. And we had a few friends of the show who had their HDMI port either not working or Phil, I think you had, when you hooked yours up at first, it wasn't sending audio to your television.
Oh, was that true? I don't remember that.
Yeah, and we had reports of the white light of death. None of our systems were affected by that, but there were a few problems to iron out with PS4 and Xbox One as well. I mean, Ethan, you're mentioning the controller giving out problem. Mine has done that since launch. It'll occasionally just turn off, and I'll have to like reboot the controller. And I have updated the firmware on that controller.
Really?
Huh.
Yeah, it's awful.
It loses it. Yeah. And Wii U also was really bad, like really slow interface. That day one patch was huge and super slow to download.
And you break the machine if you stop the download as well.
Yeah, if you had any problems with it, you were screwed. And they even went so far that Christmas as to alert parents to open the machine and apply the update before Christmas morning. Like, just embarrassing.
The Wii U, it's funny because every now and then when I go back and play that, that interface is god awful.
Yeah, it's bad.
Oh man!
But you know,
it got better. It got faster.
It did get better.
Started out really bad,
but I mean, from it's not an intuitive interface.
True.
No. Yeah. So here's the other thing is that you know, there were otherwise the comments about the first experience with the Switch have been glowing, and so this is the one thing that's the unfortunate standout. But I don't know if you guys read,
because we don't know what'll happen after the day one patch,
right? Yeah. But I mean, like Time and Forbes and some of the major mainstream media outlets have been going nuts about what a great experience it is to play this thing and play it everywhere.
Yeah. Even Glixel had some positive comments.
Although I'm going to say with something like Time and Forbes is that the novelty of that is going to be way more important than it will be in a, you know,
sure.
not to downplay it, but I mean, you know, that's what they will be looking at more than anything else.
Yeah,
there was one other bit of, I would call bad news though in the past week, and that was the virtual console.
Oh yeah.
Or the lack of virtual console.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Reggie had hinted back in January at one of the events that we'd have more news on virtual console,
which technically we have.
We do have new news. Yeah.
We do have new news. It's
that there's no news.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we already know that it's coming in some form, right? Because the online service, the paid online service, will offer an NES or SNES game.
Right.
Yeah. So we know
that might be part of the holdup, for all we know.
It might be. Yeah.
I personally think that's exactly what the holdup is.
Probably part of the holdup is that this system was intended to ship about 6 months from now.
Well,
also
the thing
possible.
When I was re-listening to those episodes, I mean, every launch hardware comes in super hot. Like they are tweaking the OS all the way up to the end. I mean, that's why everything has a day one patch.
Yep.
Right. And
that's just the game industry in general
Switch,
now.
Yeah.
Well, that's true too. In the case of the Switch, the day one update will activate the eShop, obviously, and it also adds the ability to connect to hotel Wi-Fi hotspots via the web applet.
That's Yep.
Well,
the little bit of info that actually disappointed me the most was the announcement that there is no Bluetooth headset support. The reason this is a problem for me, it's not something I can't overcome, but the Pro Controller does not have an outlet for a headphone,
right?
Like the PS4 and the Xbox One does. And I've gotten very, very used to just plugging in the very headset I'm wearing right now as we record onto the controllers and just playing. I have gotten away from having to have this giant cord that is actually attached to my television set.
Oh, so you're saying to listen? You're saying to listen to game audio.
To listen to game audio and to be able to play games with other people with chat.
Well, the games with other people with chat that'd be done through your phone anyway.
I wonder if you could,
but I understand what you're saying through game audio.
I wonder if you could get it to work via one of those Bluetooth adapters for car radios that has like an aux in. Maybe I don't know.
That's possible.
Anyway, you might be able to like piece together some sort of setup to do it.
But I probably won't bother. Just it's a little disappointment because that would have been a nice solution to it. But yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, and I think in fact there was an interview on a French website with Koizumi where he said that it was supported.
Yeah, that very interview was a French interview. Yeah, the same guys that set up the interview and reported on it, they walked back what they had initially said, and they said, no, we misinterpreted. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, now you can, on the My Nintendo account website, you can claim your user ID. Have you guys done that?
I have.
Not yet. I should.
You should definitely go do
Ethan
that.
Hasn't. Jeez.
And
Quick,
be ready.
someone go claim Ethan Einhorn.
No.
Stop it.
No, don't. Yeah, stop it.
Done. I already did, in case you're wondering.
Yeah.
Yeah, so go claim your ID on the Nintendo account website. I'll link to it in the show notes. And you can also make child accounts. You can set all that up before the system launches if you're going to have
cool.
parental controls enabled. So yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Well, one thing I have done to prepare is to take finally the Dreamcast and the Wii U out of my living room entertainment cabinet. The Dreamcast is finally being boxed up, and the Wii U has gone upstairs.
Man, that Dreamcast went a long time.
That had a place for a long time. Yep.
15, 17 years.
I'm gonna move the Wii U, and then the PS4 and Switch will be on the living room television.
I'm gonna box up the Wii U just because it doesn't get nearly enough use to justify staying connected. I'll keep it around for when I want to bust out. I'll keep it around until Mario Kart 8 on the Switch is super cheap and I buy that instead. But yeah, that's about it.
Launch lineup news. So Snipper Clips, which was originally announced as just a March title, is now going to be available on the eShop at launch.
Very cool. That game looks extremely neat.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, it does. It looks really
and there
cool.
will also be a demo available.
Also very happy to hear that.
Yes.
Yeah, I heard people say that at all the Nintendo events, outside, of course, of Zelda, that was the game of the console that people really, really were excited playing it.
Totally. Yeah, and the Treehouse video, and then Kit and Krista did a Nintendo Minute with it as well. It looks fun. It looks really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
been pushed back.
Was it?
Yeah, to the 17th.
Yeah. Also, it looks now like the World of Goo and the two other games from that same development team.
Tomorrow Corporation, Human Resource Machine, and Little Inferno.
Yes, thank you very much. Those may or may not hit day one. So their ads used to say coming March 3rd, and now it says coming soon.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting that right after the January event, developers immediately announced that they were going to have games available at launch, when really there's probably a process that they have to go through first. It seemed a little bit premature for them to be saying, yes, we will absolutely be available at launch, because I would think Nintendo would want to curate at least the first month a little more.
I think they'd have to match that against having a lot of content out there, because even I'm looking at the launch lineup here right now, and it's 11 games, and of those, you've got Just Dance 2017, which is not new.
Sure.
I don't know if Skylanders Imaginators is new. I don't think it is.
It's not new. No.
I Am Setsuna, not new. Little Inferno, Human Resource Machine. World of Goo is a pretty old game.
Yep.
Yes.
And you've got you've got Spectre of Torment. That's the new Shovel Knight mission, correct?
Yeah, and that's exclusive to Switch for a little while.
Right.
Also.
So that's cool. But out of that launch lineup, you don't have a whole lot of new. So
you forgot about Fast RMX.
No, I'm not. No, whoa. I'm not saying. I also didn't mention Zelda or 1-2 Switch or Snipper Clips. I'm saying I'm calling out stuff that's old. So I'm just my point is that yes, they'd want to sort of make, God, what's the word I'm trying to find? Yes, they would want to make sure that that there was a really sort of, they went through a stringent process of approving this stuff, but at the same time, you got to have some games that first day.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mileage may vary thing, where it's since I own the Wii U, obviously I'm happy to get stuff like Mario Kart 8, but it would be a lot more exciting if I had never
Right.
purchased it before. On the other hand, there are some games like Lego Undercover. I've never played that, but heard great things.
Lego City Undercover is great.
I mean, that's the
Yes.
thing. That's the advantage Nintendo has that Sony and Microsoft did not have when they launched their current consoles, which was when you had that first year and had all those HD remakes of stuff that had just came out like 8 to 10 months earlier. That was a problem because everyone had already played it. With the Wii U, it's kind of, or with the Switch, it's kind of a bonus that the Wii U didn't do as well as they wanted it to, because for a lot of people, those games are going to be new.
It's new to you.
And that game apparently is coming out at the very start of April on all platforms, including Switch, which is exciting. The other thing also is I Am Setsuna. I like RPGs. I never played that on the platforms that I do own. I want it to. I also, I'm interested in the Skylanders Imaginators because those games have always seemed pretty solid, and that's another one I never picked up but could enjoy with my family.
Yeah. I also went back and looked at Polygon's review of the PlayStation 4. They gave it a 7.5, by the way. They gave the Xbox One an 8.0.
Which
and
game?
They said the system, PlayStation 4,
the system,
just in general. The whole system. Xbox One got an 8.0. And they said that the launch games were, and I quote, impossible to recommend.
Yeah, that sounds like Polygon.
And here's the thing.
Here's the thing, though. Like, I think we have to remember, because it has been since the last hardware launches, right? Unless you count PSVR and PlayStation Pro, you have to remember that launch hardware is almost always problematic and not very good.
Yeah.
The launch lineup is always somewhat disappointing. Usually there's one or two or more than just Zelda to glom onto with a system launch.
I don't know. I don't subscribe to that theory personally, because I'm not saying all launch lineups have been great either, but I don't really remember being disappointed by the PlayStation 2's launch lineup.
Oh, PlayStation 2, come on. There was SSX and Time Splitters, and that's fine. But
really
there was
liked
nothing
Kessen?
else.
You were really down with Kessen.
Yeah, okay. So you're saying Kessen, but then you're leaving out Ridge Racer, you're leaving out Time Splitters, you're leaving out SSX, you're leaving out Madden. That was a robust lineup. I want to say the original Xbox had a nice launch lineup. I want to say that the Dreamcast had a great launch lineup. I mean,
Blue Stinker, Blue Stinker was great.
It's not a foregone conclusion that a launch lineup is going to be disappointing. You're saying, you can call out certain ones, but I mean,
well, Greg, I think you're on point when you're talking about the third party stuff. I mean, obviously, I think people would be a little happier if some of the EA Sports stuff and all of that came out day one. But I still maintain that they could have had a big launch, just like the Dreamcast and just like the Vita did, in terms of lots of titles. But I think they're deliberately staggering their launch titles.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah,
I think
as for Nintendo, yes,
but also,
Nintendo is doing that, absolutely. But I think you also you shouldn't understate the importance of the fact that there's no huge third-party lineup here, because that is what it's missing.
I think you're right, but I think that what we're going to see and what we've already seen announced is a lot of like really enthusiast Japanese tilted third-party releases, right? So you're not going to see the Ubisoft, Ghost Recon, EA, Battlefront type stuff. But we're getting the Sonic games, we're getting some Square Enix RPGs, we're getting Atlas stuff. I mean, that's all pretty exciting to me, anyway. I'm
talking launch. Talking launch.
Oh yeah. I hear.
Yeah, I mean, we've already had another discussion.
I think you're absolutely right that third parties have to come in with higher profile games, and hopefully that'll be E3 time. So we'll see that.
Sure. Yeah. And like I say, I'm just saying, like, it's just sort of calling out when you're saying that you were surprised at how many of these companies immediately announced launch games. I'm just saying I think that's the reason why, because the launch is a little sparse. There's some really, really nice looking stuff there. Don't get me wrong. I mean, including like a AAA franchise game from Nintendo, and Bomberman R. That's a great surprise. That's really cool. And an exclusive Shovel Knight game, fantastic. Absolutely. I'm all over.
Honestly, Q1 2017 has been packed with games.
Yes.
If the Switch launch lineup was better. Not saying that it shouldn't have been better.
Don't do that. Don't do what you're about to do.
Okay, I won't.
It's going to be.
But there's a lot of games.
So really, it's a good thing that Nintendo doesn't have more good games for launch.
I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that because I would welcome more games on Switch.
Well, and also let's not forget that this is a system that is launching with a game that's gotten a 10 from Edge. That is a part of a series that we love. That's a big deal. That's a much bigger deal to me than a new Killzone game at launch.
Is it a big deal though? Is it a big deal because it plays into the narrative you're trying to build around this system? Has Edge forever been one of those magazines that we look to for trusted reviews? Because I seem to remember them being a joke.
No,
really? Has it always been?
Absolutely, yeah. Really? I have purchased every single digital copy since digital copies were available to purchase. I used to, before then, look forward every month to going to Borders to go pick up the new issue when it came out.
Oh, I love the magazine. Don't get me wrong. I used to love the magazine for all the amazing interviews. Nobody did it better, but their reviews were kind of something that had to be there.
I don't know. I mean, when you're talking about the fact. Yeah, but I mean, again, less than 2010s over the course of 25 years, and this is one of them. Well, that's a pretty strong vote of confidence.
And you look at the games that they have given 10s to, and in large part, those are really, really good games.
Well, okay, but you look at the games any magazine is
except for Little Big
Planet too. In a large part, they're really, really good. I'm just saying the way that you just said that is like this is a milestone event that we've got a system launching with a game that got a 10 from Edge. It's like, well, okay, but is that really?
No, but what I'm saying is this could be more like a Mario 64 type situation. When N64 came out with 2 games, I was really, really excited about it because of that one game. And having one amazing game counts for a lot. And for me, that can be more exciting than a larger lineup like PS2 that has nothing even close to a Mario 64.
Sure. No,
Zelda Breath of the Wild.
And that's what I'm saying too. Is like it's a Zelda game, so of course it's exciting. Yeah. I'm just saying with the way you mentioned Edge, is just kind of threw me for a loop. It's like I don't know. Just saying.
All right.
Well, we'll be able to give our impressions of the hardware and Zelda. We already know Ethan's going to give it a 10 next week.
Oh, don't say that. Don't say that. I haven't.
Okay, I won't say that.
Bought into hype, but I am definitely excited.
Yes, me too. All right, just one other piece of news I wanted to bring up this week before we jump into what we've been playing. Game Informer asked Insomniac Games about a Sunset Overdrive sequel, and their reply was "Ask Microsoft."
Oh boy.
Which I thought was funny. I love Sunset Overdrive. It's one of my favorite games. It might be my favorite game. It might be my favorite Xbox exclusive.
Yeah. I'd say that. I would go with that for sure.
And it was horribly ignored, but it's such a good game, and it's frequently available for like $10 and under. So if you have an Xbox One, and next time it goes on sale, check it out because it really is so good. It's like The Order 1886, that, and Until Dawn, two games on PS4 that I think are really, really great. It falls into that same category where if it's $10, what the hell are you waiting for? Just buy it. It's really good.
Yep.
Anyway.
Oh, there's one bit of news I wanted to add, and should have added this to the list. Sorry about that, but it's brief. It was announced by Valve that only 30 games that are VR games available on Steam have made more than $250,000. And there are more than 1,000 VR games in the market. And to give you a sense of what $250,000 means, if you're talking about a 15-person VR team, the burn rate for that team for 1 month of work is about $250,000.
Wait, how many games did you say made it over 250K?
30.
30.
Can I suggest you outsource your development to a country like Canada where your dollar goes a little further? Just say.
Oh no. Yeah, and obviously,
listen. You know what? In fact, there's a conference next week that maybe we could have a discussion like that.
I'm really looking forward to this upcoming week for GDC, in part because I want to see what VR announcements come out.
Well, also this week, on Game Industry Biz, Jason Rubin, who's over at Oculus now, he said that it's not a safe bet for studios to be exclusively focused on VR games right now.
Oh, absolutely.
Well,
yeah.
and what was it? Gabe Newell said that he likened VR to the Nintendo DS, where he doesn't care if it fails. There was some quote like that. He doesn't care if VR fails. So okay,
There you go.
yeah,
Really?
Yeah. Well,
Wow. Yeah,
it
he
was
said
a
that.
little more nuanced than that.
Interesting.
He said
It
he's
was
happy with
nuanced,
where it is
yeah.
right now. But
I am paraphrasing it horribly, honestly.
Right,
I will have to link it in the show notes.
he said he wouldn't be surprised if it completely failed, and they're prepared for that possibility.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
That
But
is
he
a
also said
completely
that
different
sometimes-
sentiment from what CJ just
It was also, and again, I'm paraphrasing. Yeah, like the Nintendo DS. Like initially, he thought that was going to fail, but Nintendo refined the idea over and over again, and then it became a platform worth paying attention to. So, I hope that happens with VR as well.
Yeah,
I think a lot of us do.
Yeah. All right, let's get into what we've been playing, and we're going to start this week with Phil.
Oh boy.
He picked me. Oh my god, he picked me.
Okay. Time
screw
to
this up,
impress.
Ball.
Time to impress. This week, I have been playing Gravity Rush. Damn it!
Oh,
Ah! No!
that's got to be so embarrassing for you.
I was so close.
CJ's going to move on to somebody else. Pick it up. Come on. You can
I
save
haven't. I actually have not been playing Gravity Rush this week. I've been too distracted by another PS4 game.
Yeah.
A timeless classic was just launched on PSN, by which I mean Ease Origin. The good folks at .emu have released Ease Origin, the chronologically first Ease game. Is now available to play on PS4, coming soon to Vita.
And it's going to be cross-buy too. So
I
if
believe
you've
it
already
is,
bought
yeah.
on PS4, then you get the Vita
Yes,
version.
it's only $20, so it's a bargain. It is a 10-year-old game.
Is it coming physically on either platform or not?
No.
Okay.
So Ethan has suddenly lost interest.
I was going to say,
Didn't
this
lose
is
interest.
this is such a
Lesson.
different Ethan Einhorn from the Ethan I remember from about 3 months ago.
Yeah.
When
3 months
he would
ago.
have been the first one to say, and it's cross-buy. And
Yeah.
here he's just sitting here, not even
Yeah.
reacting.
He's
doesn't care.
blinded by
He is
Switch.
so over.
I am
this.
blinded
Yes.
by Switch.
He's done with it. That Vita
poor
collection.
Vita collection. The next time we see a picture of it, it'll have an inch of dust on it.
Yeah.
No, I've been using it a lot this week. So
To hold up all my Switch pre-orders.
Yes. You're using the browser to check on your Switch pre-orders.
Yeah.
Has it shipped yet?
You know, all those Panty Touch games aren't coming to Switch.
Not
Not
yet.
yet.
So,
not
not
yet.
yet. Yeah.
There's no back touch.
Yeah. Ease
She
Origin
said.
is awesome. It is ugly because it is
It is
typical.
ugly.
It is not a pretty game, but gosh almighty, is it a fun game to play. I love the Ease games. Action, adventure,
Romance.
some RPG elements in there.
Do you actually have an attack button in those games now?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, dude, things have progressed since the days of Ease Book 1 and 2 on the TurboGrafx 16. You have jump buttons, you have attack buttons, you have magic
Holy
buttons.
mackerel.
Yeah, man.
Trailblazing.
There's a button you can click on that brings up a status screen so you can equip armor and weapons. It's pretty advanced. They're doing some crazy stuff with games these days. And it's an Ease game, so the music is outstanding.
Right.
You know. And it comes with a free Ease theme, which delighted me. So now I have that. I have Ease music every time I turn on my PS4.
And
Nice.
you didn't qualify that the series you're talking about is the one most people call Wise.
I did for
Well,
years.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Me too.
When you Ys Book 1 and 2 for the TurboGrafx. You put it in, the intro starts up, and the first thing it does is say Ys.
You know why though? Because I didn't have a
That's right.
TurboGrafx CD,
Yes.
and I only ever saw that game on display at Radio Shack, so the sound wasn't up. So as far as I was concerned, for years and years and years,
That
it
game
was
was Wise.
Wise Book 1 and 2, and
Why
then
is
you
Book 1 and
started
2?
seeing them like it came out. Ys 3 came out on the Genesis, and
Right,
Ys 4
right.
came out on the Super Nintendo, and they didn't say anything. That it still looked like Wise to me.
And Greg, you know that didn't make you sound wise.
They
Or Ys,
well
for that
done.
matter. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, Ys Origin is out, and it is
It's fun to
lots of
play.
fun. It is.
Yeah.
It is. So that's all. That's
That's
what
the-
I've been doing. My
So
son's
is
been
it
into
more
it
like
too.
Is it more like Criminal Girls 2 or Dead or Alive
God.
Extreme 3?
Damn it.
In just terms of having a photo mode where you can go up skirts and things like that, or what are we looking at?
Yeah, from that perspective.
It doesn't really subscribe to any of those sort of theories of gameplay.
Okay.
I'm afraid
that's
you'll have to.
a shame.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, this is just straight up killing monsters and running through dungeons and stuff. So there's no
Cool.
grunting.
I suppose
or
there's an
anything.
audience for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Sorry.
right, Ethan, what do you got?
Yeah, so I have been trying to polish off Gears of War 4 in the time that I have before Zelda.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, and that's one of those games that when it came out, I had just started a new job and there was Steam Dev Days and all this stuff going on. And so I put about 25, 30 minutes into it and had not come back. So I just restarted the whole thing. And it really strikes me how much more color there is in this game than in the original titles. It's bright. There's lots of neon going on and stuff like that. And so I really like the look of it. It is also pretty self-deprecating in a pleasing way. The dialogue is legitimately funny, and it doesn't take itself too seriously. Even when Marcus comes back, and it's been a few months, so I don't feel like that's a spoiler. It's very funny when he's handed his do-rag to put on, and they make it a big moment, and it feels like it's kind of mocking itself. But go ahead, Greg.
No, I just you're saying how it doesn't take itself so seriously, and all I can remember is, was it in Gears 2 when there was that big scene and they actually played the music from the first trailer?
Oh, right.
Oh
right.
my
Yeah,
god!
yeah.
I just wanted to gouge my. Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a game taking itself way too seriously.
Well, and here's the other thing too, and I remember this being the case in the other titles, but I'm playing on normal right now, and this was a type of series where back when it first launched about 10 years ago, everyone would say, no, that's not the way it's meant to be played. You should be playing it on hard because that's how it was designed. I am so happy I'm playing this on normal because I'm breezing through things. It wasn't until like the end of Act 3 that I died for the first time, and I kind of love that right now.
I have no shame in playing normal or easy on a
Same
lot of
here.
games now.
Yeah.
Do not
Especially
care.
in a shooter.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not good at them. I'm never going to be good at them. I want to experience it and move on.
Yep.
Yeah. And so it feels almost like watching an interactive movie. It's very.
Well, I don't know if I want that exactly, but
Well, what I'm
I
saying
do.
is, it's
Back on
like
the Sega CD.
it's just something where there's not a lot of friction to the experience, and I'm okay with that right now. I'm okay with a game that is difficult if that's kind of one of its hallmarks, and I'm buying it for that reason. So I like Dark Souls. I would expect that if I were to pick up Neo, for instance. But this, it's just big, dumb fun to play as kind of Rambo-likes, and it's just one of those titles that I didn't hear a lot of people talking about before, but I only wish that I was playing some co-op because the other titles I played through with Greg Ford, but he does not have an Xbox One. So sadly, I am playing on my lonesome. None of you guys have it either, do you?
no.
Gears?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have Gears. I've never played it.
Okay. Well, if ever you want to turn it on and give it a spin with somebody in co-op, let me know. But
I do
it's
remember Gears.
It is definitely fun. So the other thing I've been playing is Forza Horizon 3.
Oh,
So
yeah.
yeah, it is gorgeous, man. It is so good. It's so like approachable also. So that game too, it's just one of these things where I'm not very good at racing games, but I'm just having a lot of fun. It's taking it pretty easy on me. I don't feel like I'm having to restart. And I just love being able to rewind the game. That is such a great thing. I know it's not a new feature, but it's a feature that I love for sure.
Yes, yeah, exactly. I mean, that is a game that you don't need to be good at racing games to enjoy. And I do like the way that game is built, actually, because if you do end up winning a lot, it will just, after a while, it'll prompt you at the beginning of a race. Just like, look, you've been winning a lot. You want to, bump up the difficulty a little bit, and you don't have to, and that's fine. But it will ask you, which is nice. You don't have to do it in a sub menu or anything. You can just happen right there, and then you move on to the next race.
Yep. Really, really have been digging that. And so then to go on the total opposite end, I've been talking about how much I like some free rides in games and easier play. I have been continuing along, trudging through Fire Emblem Fates Conquest, and I hit another sequence where I lost two of my key characters. And it was kind of a painful thing because I had to get through that board already 3 times and wasn't able to complete it. So, and each time takes close to 45 minutes. So finally accepted that, carried on to the next battle. And the next battle I also could finish. But then by the time that was done, the entire royal family was dead except for the hero of the story.
Fantastic.
And yeah, so it's like, okay, that's just not going to happen. So I went back to the stage that I had struggled with to begin with and lost a couple people and just played it over and over and over again, taking out the animation sequences, trying different things. And what was really cool was I got to a point where I was thinking about the game when I wasn't playing it. I was thinking, oh, okay, well, there's this character I'm not using much because she's too vulnerable unless she's paired up. So what if I remove her and add another healer? Could that make the difference? And then excitedly going during my lunch break and applying some of those new ideas as to how to approach it, and then finally got through and didn't have anyone die. And again, that just feels so hard fought and so satisfying. Again, it's a game that I have now officially cracked 200 hours on, and I probably will put another 200 into it before I'm done because I'm only about 2/3 through Conquest. I finished Birthright and I still have Revelations to go. But man, that is the gift that keeps on giving. I love that game. And that's where I love hard because I come in and I'm not expecting to clear a board the first time. And if I do, I'm fully anticipating that I'm going to go back and do it again just to make sure that I can avoid casualties. I wish there was someone like on this podcast that loved it as much as I do.
I will never. I mean, I enjoy those games. I will never, ever, ever play them that way.
Yeah, I mean, I liked Birthright. And I liked Awakening also, but I did not play them on that mode. That
just does not sound fun to me.
It doesn't sound fun, exactly. I don't want to spend 200 hours on a game and have to replay stages over and over and over again. And certainly, I understand, what that could be a positive thing if you really like the gameplay and you like the challenge of having to keep everybody alive. Personally, that's not a thing that I want.
No,
for my gaming time.
I can relate. I guess I know CJ, when you've been playing them, you've taken permadeath off, and for me,
yes,
that would reduce the stakes so much that it just wouldn't be as good a game. Wouldn't be even nearly as good. And I get why you do it, but I think that's kind of one of the key tenets of the whole experience. So, yeah, that's what I've been playing.
All right, Greg.
I haven't really been playing much new this week. I'm still playing Formula One. I'm closing in the end of the first season. I'm still playing the Baja Edge of Control that I feel like I kind of have discovered on the 360 because I've had it forever and just never played it and realized how great of an off-road racing game it is. But I mean, I other than that, I really haven't been playing much of anything this week. My son got Just Dance 2017 for his birthday.
Awesome.
I haven't played yet, but holy cow, can I see now why that series is so popular.
Oh yeah?
Especially like where we still have the Kinect hooked up. The kids just had a ball with it. Oh my god. So much fun, and the little videos that it creates afterwards, I love. So,
Hmm.
yeah, I haven't really been playing much otherwise. If you want to, I know that some people say that they don't like it when I gloss over some of this racing stuff on here, but when it's a game that I've been playing for months, I don't feel like talking about it too much. But hey, if you want to check out some of those races, I've been putting Twitch archives up on youtube.com/generation16. Go check them out.
Cool. Alrighty, and this week I haven't been playing much either. I'm kind of in a holding pattern until the Switch is out because I know I want to play Zelda. But I did pick up a new little thing for Lego Dimensions, and that's the Gremlins Fun Pack.
You
Theme
finally,
pack, whatever it is.
after Amazon canceled your order, you finally went out and picked it up?
I did, yes.
Nice.
My daughter and I were at the toy store, the Toys R Us, and we went into the Lego Dimensions aisle, and I pointed out the Gremlins thing to her, and she was very excited about it. So we bought it, brought it home, and played some of it. It's cool because it's one of those areas where it's just like a big open world, and you just kind of wander around and do stuff in it, which is definitely her speed.
The town of Kingston Falls.
That's the one.
So much good in that game, man.
Yep.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun. So what are some other good packs like Gremlins that I should pick up? I assume Back to the Future is one of those that I should get.
Back to the Future, I have to warn you, is actually a little disappointing.
Really?
Disappointing,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the level pack section, like the actual story mode, it goes through the movie.
Yeah.
But it's really short, and
It is really short.
And yeah, it just really hops around fast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The Portal.
So,
one is
and actually,
great.
we bought our very first add-on pack today. I gave my son the chance to get a Skylanders Imaginators toy for Switch launch, but he actually wanted Sonic Dimensions instead, which is fine by me.
Nice.
So, do you need to have the other characters to be able to play through the Sonic pack, or do you just?
If you've got that level
no,
pack,
okay.
you're great. You're golden.
Yeah, that's a good one too. The Sonic
Yep.
Sonic pack is really quite good.
Great.
I'm going to echo what Phil said. The Portal pack is excellent.
Okay. Yeah.
There's one other one that I'm trying to think of, and I might need to go get my characters to jog my memory here. But I do remember one being really, really great when I played it. Simpsons is good.
Lego Movie.
There's a Lego Movie one? I don't think there's a
Well,
Lego Movie.
I think it's just a fun pack.
Yeah, it's just a fun pack. They
Hang on,
just
I'm
came
gonna
out
go
with they just came out with the Lego Batman movie.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
like
yeah.
that's the big story
Yeah.
pack.
They have a Harry
The one
Potter.
with the Batgirl, right?
Yes, Batgirl and Robin. It comes with.
Mm.
I'm gonna throw. I know Greg's not a fan, but the Adventure Time pack is pretty good.
Okay.
as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. I might pick
And it's
that
kind
one
of
up.
it's kind of fun if when you play like the Simpsons or Adventure Time packs. Everything when you go in there, everything's cell shaded.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah. Even the other characters that you bring in will become cell shaded, which is kind of
Okay.
cute.
For some reason, I didn't realize that the the Ghostbusters pack
Oh,
Oh,
there you
yeah,
go.
yeah.
Okay.
is excellent. Yeah.
Yeah.
I might
So
try that then.
asking the question my son would ask, which Ghostbusters is it?
Well, the original level pack is the original Ghostbusters, and then you
Yeah.
have, I forget what they're called, but those like $50
The story packs.
the story packs. That is the
Yeah.
new Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which
I'm talking
do
about
not,
the original one. I have not played the
Yeah.
story pack for the new one.
do not pay $50 for the story packs because they go on sale quite a bit for like $30, 25, $30.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
All
Anyway,
right.
Ghostbusters was the one I was thinking of.
Yeah.
I've yet to play. I haven't played Sonic. I haven't played the Midway Arcade pack yet.
yeah, Midway
yeah,
Arcade
there's
one's
a few.
fun just for the because you have all the old arcade
All
games.
the
in there.
old arcade games. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no,
So is
Portal's excellent.
Sonic single player, or what's the deal with that?
The entire game's multiplayer.
That's the
Oh,
nature of Lego Dimensions is it's multiplayer.
So, Ethan, you have the portal, right? You have the Lego Dimensions portal
Mhm.
and all that stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
God, I
So
love
we-
these little cars are great. Look at that, my little
Yeah.
DeLorean there.
That's pretty cool.
There's a little kit right there. I don't know if you
Nice.
can see the.
Have you
there's-
played any of that in the Knight Rider pack? I've heard it's not so great.
I have not played it yet. I haven't had a chance to.
I got to pick that up. There's my A-Team van. It's not part of
Yeah.
the pack, but I had to get it because it was an A-Team van.
Yeah. You get
That's
the little
awesome.
Mr. T minifigure.
All right, should we do some tweets?
So none of you guys picked up Night in the Woods
Night
No,
in the
not
Woods.
yet.
for PS4?
I'm tempted.
Yeah, I really I've liked what I've seen of it. I'm the only reason I haven't picked it up is just because, again, I'm sitting on Gravity Rush, I'm sitting on Yakuza, and
Yeah,
Eden
we're
just
so
came
close
out,
to.
and then obviously
Switch.
Zelda and Horizon's coming out.
Are you going to pick up Horizon?
I kind of want to.
It is getting
Yeah.
amazing reviews.
Mine
That's a
shipped.
game that I would be totally thrilled to play if it weren't coming up the same time as Switch.
Yeah,
I might
it's
pick it up
just-
later.
Yeah, I do
I'm gonna
want
be
to.
gone
It
all
looks
week
fun.
at BDC, and I'll pick it up later.
Yeah. But yeah, Night in the Woods looks like it's going to be a fun game. It looks like something I'd really dig. I just
Yeah.
I'm hesitant to pick it up now just because there's so much other stuff.
Never even heard
And
of
is
it.
there a possibility that it would come to Switch?
I don't know.
I mean, okay.
I don't know. Have you not seen that one, Greg?
No.
Just go to nightinthewoods.com and take a look. They have some screenshots and some gifs of it.
It looks great. It really does.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. One
Oh,
thing
and
that I
another.
did. Sorry.
Oh, go
Hmm?
ahead.
One thing that I did play this week that I completely forgot about it is I played through Rush of Blood,
Go ahead.
Oh,
the PlayStation
Yeah,
VR.
that's a pretty satisfying length given what you get in the box. I like it.
Yeah, great twin gun shooter.
Hmm.
Another
Yeah,
sort
I want to.
of
I was about.
another sort of reason to have a PSVR. There's still not that one game, although Resident Evil 7 is probably the game for now. But
That is that one. game,
yeah,
yes.
you're right. That is that one game. But you've also got Rush of Blood is yet another example of this is something you should play. Speaking of which, Ethan, I guess you didn't try this out either, but the new Double Fine Psychonauts
Yes,
came
that's
out.
exactly what I was going to bring up. Yeah, wasn't even aware it had come out until someone at GameStop working there said, "Yeah, that's a good reason to have a PS VR." And it's like, yeah, I definitely want to play it. I have every intention to. I haven't checked out the DLC for Resident Evil 7 either, and really want to.
Mhm.
all right. Shall we move on to tweets?
Sure.
Okie dokie.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's do this one from Hacker Alias Z Miller 1902, who says, "What y'all picking up day one for Switch? For me, it's the Switch, Zelda, Isaac, Afterbirth, carrying case for PAX, and already have my micro SD. Actually, so for this tweet, Isaac Afterbirth is delayed, as I think Ethan you mentioned. So that's one gone
Yep.
from that list. But yeah, what are we picking up day one?
Can I start?
Yeah, it'll be
All
the
right.
longest list. So let's go.
Go for it.
Right. So every
You don't have to say how many Switches you're
No, no,
buying.
no.
We already know.
Not doing that. Not doing that.
Well-
So I'm picking up every game at launch. If it's physical, I'm buying it physical. If it's digital, of course, I'm going to get
I
it
thought
digital.
I thought
weren't
you
doing
were going away
this.
from that.
Yeah.
Except for Just Dance 2017. That's the one that I've pulled.
That's the only one you're not getting.
Yep.
Okay.
Wow.
Yep. And in fact, all the box games I have paid off. I am getting 2 Zeldas so that my daughter and I don't have to fight over one copy. But getting 2 Pro controllers, getting the 2 Switches for both of us. Got my man pack to be able to carry the device around. I'm picking up a case to be able to carry around additional cartridges in said man pack. And I'm even looking at potentially replacing my $98 Insignia television set in my in my bedroom for something nicer from Samsung, so that I have actually 2 decent TVs to be able to access Switch on. So because one of the docks is going to be in the living room and the other one's going to be upstairs. So I'm all in on this. This is the big one for me. And
Mind
the
wobbles.
other thing
No.
to get is the memory card, of course.
Yeah. Okay. For me, I'm getting the Switch. I'm still undecided on which color I'm gonna keep. I haven't decided.
I
on
still
that
want
yet.
the neon one. But I don't have that. I don't have it pre-ordered.
So tempted for the Neon one. I did pick up a 200 gig memory card for the Switch. It was only like $65 or something like that on Amazon. So did that. I'm ready for my digital future. And I'll be downloading Zelda, probably 1-2 Switch as well. Snipper clips. I've got a Hori Tough Pouch pre-ordered. I got a Pro controller pre-ordered. That's not coming on launch day, but soon after from Amazon. And then Breath of the Wild strategy guide.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I got. What about you, Phil? Greg?
Switch and Zelda.
That's it?
What do you want me to get? A purse like Ethan?
I don't know.
I'll get a memory card sometime down the road, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I don't want to pay $70 for a Pro controller. Just to have a D-pad for the virtual console that doesn't exist.
Right.
Right.
So yeah, I don't I don't see any reason to spend anything else than that right now.
Yeah, for me it's going to be the system and Zelda, probably a case. Probably a cheap whatever they have that's cheap at EB.
And then you'll probably download the demo of Snipper Clips, and if that
I'll definitely download the demo.
I'll download.
Yeah.
I'll download.
I mean,
Clips
I'm
for sure.
super interested in Spectre of Torment, but I just don't see buying it right away.
Right. Okay.
Now I do have pre-ordered the Puyo Puyo Tetris and Lego City Undercover, so I have those on their way when they come out. But
yes, those are both in April.
Yes,
but yes. All right. Hacker alias Lord NBZ says, when you leave the Great Plateau in Zelda, what direction will you go first? Hyrule Castle, Death Mountain, or just wander?
I
can't hear Ethan
go in those directions.
I can't hear Ethan for some.
Isn't it awesome?
Reason.
Oh man!
Did he turn off his microphone? Did you accidentally turn off your mic?
Oh god! Here we go.
Oh boy!
The weekly Ethan technical difficulties.
He's calling in his wife to fix his microphone again.
Yeah. Honey,
no, something must have happened.
One of these damn kids jumped in front of my car again.
Man, oh man!
All right. Well, we can still answer this. So I watched a couple videos for Breath of the Wild, and I have no idea where I'm going to go after getting off the Great Plateau. I'm going to see where the spirit moves me. Like, I don't have a specific plan.
It's too bad there won't be spirit tracks to move you. I think that'd be great.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I don't have a plan. I'm not interested in rushing right to Hyrule Castle or Death Mountain or doing anything like that, because that seems stupid.
I'm attempting a speed run the first time out, so
exactly. I like that. I don't have any interest in doing that. No.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
I have not given it that much thought.
All right. Hacker alias Benjamin Rivers says, what's the system launch you wish you could relive?
The Switch every day for the rest of my life.
Oh, that's Ethan's answer.
Oh, sorry.
If he could speak, Ethan would say the Switch launch. Yeah. He's nodding his approval, yes. So
yeah.
The Dreamcast launch was pretty great.
Yeah, it was.
That was pretty great, except for the whole hot new stickers on those Midway games, right? Remember that? Like the fixed versions?
my ready to rumble is defaced forever.
Yeah. Dreamcast launch was pretty great. I would probably say PS2 launch.
Yeah, PS2 launch was fantastic too.
That was really fun.
It's funny for Fantavision or whatever it was called.
Well, I also experienced that launch twice because I was in Tokyo for the Japanese launch and then again in the US in the fall. That was when system launches had like 8 months between them.
Plus, that was the night that CJ and I spent together.
That's right. It was a very special evening. of
find
urinating
that.
in the alley behind us.
I have to find that picture again. So not of CJ urinating. I don't have that
No.
picture anymore, but
Ooh.
that picture of me bundled up in a blanket sitting on a lawn chair outside of Best Buy. No, but the PS2 launch I really loved as well, and it's funny because I think for me the big thing was I was so crazy for Ridge Racer 5 because I had played through the Japanese version, played through the US for the pre-release version for a strategy guide for Expert Gamer and one of my first reviews for EGM. And then I bought it day one and I went home and played it some more. And then on top of that, SSX was just like this one. It was the great thing about SSX is that a lot of people didn't expect it to be as great as it was.
Yeah.
It was just one of those things where it was an EA snowboarding game. You didn't know it was going to be really great or not. It was just going to be something, right? And then to take it home and be like, wow, this is amazing. Like it was just such a good game. So I do have some fond memories of the PS2 launch. Yeah.
Indeed.
Cool.
All right. Hacker Alias Grim Grinning Guy says, besides updating, what's the first thing you're going to do on the Switch? Jump right into Zelda, download eShop games?
I'll probably search the eShop.
Yeah, I'll probably download Snipper Clips.
Yeah. You gonna buy that expansion pass for Zelda?
God, no.
I'm probably gonna do that before I load up Zelda. I will
Really?
say. So yeah, I'll update. I'll go into the eShop, start some downloads because I'm planning on going all digital. Although I do have a physical copy of Zelda coming just in case the eShop is down or otherwise swarmed. I want to have something to play on this thing.
Yeah.
So that'll be my strategy.
Nice.
Ethan, you want to pantomime your answer? No, he says no. He's shaking his head. All right. Hacker Alias Soundscape 419 says, can video game magazines make a comeback?
No.
What about bundling it with online subscriptions? Example, Nintendo Power plus
Like
online
EGM did?
equals $50.
Yeah.
Did
no.
EGM do that?
Yeah, they tried to.
Yeah.
I don't think they're coming back.
They're dead, dude.
I'm happy that Game Informer is still around.
Yeah.
I'm happy that Edge is still around.
You know, actually, I say that, and I got to back that up because Retro Gamer is awesome.
Retro Gamer is awesome.
Yeah.
And that's, but there's not a digital component. You can get that digitally, but that is a magazine that I actually do read every month. That is,
it's a really great magazine.
It's a specialist magazine in a specialist genre, but
yeah.
But
it's good.
Indeed. All right, Hacker Alias Bussy Andy says, will we see Days Gone or Overkill's The Walking Dead this year? I think so. Days Gone was unveiled at last E3. I think we're still at least a year out on that game because it's gone quiet, right? It was not shown in the PlayStation Experience stuff, so I think it'll be 2018 before we see anything on that.
Yeah,
just a gut feeling. And then The Walking Dead, I don't even know what game that's referring to. Is that a new?
Remember, there was wasn't there some? Actually, yeah, wasn't that a Telltale? That's the new Telltale series,
game
right?
Started already.
Did it?
Yeah.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
Yeah,
Wow,
the
shows
new
you how much
Walking
I
Dead
paid.
The new Walking Dead Telltale game.
I don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah. So there's the answer to that. Yeah.
There was a time that I would have been playing that the night it came out.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Those were the days.
Did you finish up Telltale Batman?
No, I finished the first episode and I never went back.
Same here.
I really liked it, but I
liked it too.
I don't know what it is about it.
Did that whole game come out?
Yeah, I think it's all out now.
That terrible. I haven't even bought it. So
yeah,
one of these days when it's on sale for like $5, I'll end up picking it up. I bet.
Yeah.
So,
all righty. Let's see. Maybe one more of these tweets. Let me find a good one that didn't use Ask P1P.
Should I spend while you're looking for a tweet? Should I spend $100 to get the Ease 8 limited edition?
No.
Really? I don't buy many limited editions, but this is an Ys game.
Yeah.
And Ys 8 is coming later this year to PS4 and Vita. I'm really tempted by the limited edition version that you have to order directly from NIS America. Comes with a steelbook. I'm a sucker for steelbooks.
Well, a steelbook, then yeah, go for
Comes
it.
with a steelbook, comes with an art book. Comes with actually 2 art books. And it comes with acrylic bookends.
Ooh.
And
Sounds fancy.
And a cloth poster.
Alrighty.
Really tempted to get it.
Let's do this one to wrap up from Hacker Alias Rich Grisham, who says predictions on 1, when Virtual Console is up for Switch, 2, when Switches are plentiful in stores, and 3, when the Mario title actually ships. I've got to go ahead. Do it.
Virtual Console, give it 2 months.
Yeah.
That's just a guess.
Okay. What
Just a
about when Switches are plentiful in stores?
Switches are plentiful in stores this fall.
You think it'll take that long?
I don't know. I'm just judging by Nintendo's restock rate as of late with
On the
other
classic and the
yeah.
Did you see that Amazon
Or this summer, or maybe this summer.
Amazon increased the price on the Pikachu new 3DS XL by
did they really?
$50 themselves.
Whoa.
Like they
Whoa.
changed it from $199 to $249.
Really?
Yeah.
Is $199 the MSRP?
I believe so.
The manufacturer's suggested retail price?
Yeah.
So Amazon's just making a little extra bank off of those?
I guess so.
Weird. That's
Yeah.
really weird.
Alrighty. And what about Mario title? When's it going to ship?
I'm
Tell us,
holding off.
Phil.
I'm holding off hope that it's gonna make this year.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm holding. Yeah, I
I know if Mike Phillips was
I'm
on the
all
show,
in.
he would be countering that. But I don't know. I have faith that Mario is going to make it this year.
Yeah, I think that'll be their November game.
Yeah.
It'll come out right before Thanksgiving, and then I think that'll make it out on time.
Yeah.
I think VC will probably see that. If I had to guess, I'm going to say May,
Okay. So
based on absolutely nothing.
2 months. You're
2
saying
months.
the same thing
Yeah,
I did.
2 months.
Basically, yeah.
2 months. Switches are plentiful in stores. I'm going to say May for that as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mario title, obviously November.
Okay.
I agree with you guys.
2 months for Virtual Console. 2 months, or what do you think? Switches will be plentiful in stores by
End of
summer,
summer.
or
End of summer.
end of summer?
In the summer. Okay.
So, do you think demand is that high for it, or is it
I think
about demand?
I
or
think
is it
supply
about
will be
intent?
that low.
Really?
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. Mine's like I said. Mine is kind of going more towards the supply being low than demand being high.
I'm guessing that in keeping with your theory, because I do think you're absolutely correct. This is a soft launch, and I think that's why. Who was it? I was watching a video today, and somebody called out. I think it was a video, or maybe it was an article I was reading. Anyway, somebody called out the fact that Zelda doesn't take advantage of a single unique Switch feature.
Okay.
But is probably the best launch game they could have because of the fact that right now it's only going to be early adopters and core gamers buying this thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that is the game that's going to appeal to them. And I really feel like, not that Nintendo's going to have trouble making enough of these things, but I really feel like the real launch is in fall. And that's when they'll hit stores with a bunch of them. Because they've got to have a good Christmas this year. They've got to have a good Christmas this year.
Well, I think they'll also do bundles and different Joy-Con colors.
Sure. But I think that Mario, as long as Mario makes November,
Mhm.
or whenever we think it's going to make,
I think it has to.
Switches will be plentiful before
Yeah.
Christmas.
I think you're right. Yeah, and hopefully, I mean, I think any production hiccups that they've had will be solved by then.
Yeah. Oh, that's the other thing. It helps them work out because there will be. I mean, well, we're seeing it
sure.
right now with the Joy-Cons, right?
Yeah.
All
right. I think that's it.
You know what's going to be?
Ethan has
You know what's
dropped.
going to be? Oh, did Ethan just leave?
Ethan left. Yeah.
You know what's going to be plentiful in stores for the next month or so?
What's that?
Tell you what. Right there.
Oh God.
Peeps Oreos. Delicious.
Peeps Oreos.
Peeps flavored Oreos.
Yeah.
Now you'll notice that this particular case. Oh, holy crap! There's one left. I thought that was empty. I have
How
found.
can you eat that crap?
I have found treasure today.
We're gonna have a live taste testing.
Well, it's not really it's not a taste test. I've eaten a whole package of these.
Yeah, you'll notice the package was empty.
Yeah, the pack. There's one left.
Well, okay.
Oh yeah, that is bad for me.
Hey, can I finally be heard, by the way?
Yes.
No.
Right, so
All
I
right.
can hear you.
Lovely.
You're here just in time to say goodbye.
I know.
I'm enjoying a Peeps flavored Oreo, Ethan.
Oh, delicious.
You had to get back just in time for that.
Nutritious as well.
Glad I didn't miss that. Yeah.
I feel
there
like
we
both
go.
of those were wrong.
Yeah.
Does it taste authentic, though? Does it taste authentic? Because, when I have like a Starburst drink at Taco Bell, it doesn't quite taste
Oh.
What is wrong with the food in your country?
All food in America has to taste like another food. That's the rule.
It has to taste
Taco
like
Bell,
candy.
like, maybe the problem is like you start with the Cheetos taco, and when you start there, maybe that
Cheetos
just
taco.
Doritos taco.
Yeah, Doritos.
no.
Locos.
There's a Cheetos flavored thing
Is there?
now as well. Yes, as
Oh,
far as I remember.
God.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Everything you described just gets worse and worse and worse.
Oh man.
Yep.
Crazy.
Well, and besides, I got to figure out like what I'm eating on Monday because I'm actually taking next Monday off, so that I have a good 3-day Switch weekend. And I know that beer and Guinness is going to be a part of it, and some Reese's Pieces for sure.
Doritos and
not
Dew.
sure what else.
Doritos
Maybe
and
some
Dew,
Doritos
man.
and Dew. Yeah.
Did you wait? You did okay. Whoa! You said first of all, you said beer and Guinness.
Yeah.
Yes.
You go back up. What was the combination?
So the best combination is Guinness and Reese's Pieces. That's like really good. Pizza is good to have in there too.
They Ethan, do you drink that beer with the Skittles in it?
I just want to say
Brown?
you just made a Starburst drink with a Peep Oreo sound delicious.
Oh man.
Funny.
Ethan's so excited about this Switch launch. He's taken the following Monday off work. He's got all the accessories pre-bought. He didn't mention this in the what are you buying on launch day, but he did buy a brand new package of tube socks that he's going to be pooping in, so he doesn't miss a
Not
minute.
just pooping in.
That's right. And actually, Phil, what's your home address again? Because
Are you going to be mailing those to me?
I believe sending DNA through the mail like that is illegal.
Yeah. Hazardous materials.
Yeah. And besides, the real fun of those is to leave them, you light them on fire on someone's porch.
right. So what's
socks.
your home address again?
Well, I'll give that to you off the air. I don't.
There you go.
Yeah.
Alrighty, and that is our show for this week. Thank you very much for listening. If you have a question for us or would like to comment on something you heard, you can direct that to @P1Podcast on the Twitters, or you can go to our internet website at playeronepodcast.com. There you'll find our email addresses. You'll find blog entries about Sega CD stuff from Mr. Greg Stewart.
Yep, someday.
Generation 16 episodes can be found there as well.
Also someday.
And there's a message board where you can discuss this episode and every episode and the Nintendo Switch with us and our other listeners.
Yeah, if you're not too sick of discussing the Switch,
Yeah.
There's a place
Impossible.
place to go. If you'd like to subscribe to the Player One Podcast, you can do so by visiting player1podcast.com or by going to the iTunes Music Store. While you're at the iTunes Music Store, you can also invest $1.99.
Cheap.
Pick up the Player One Podcast iPhone application. Gives you one-touch communication with us via not the voicemails, but the emails, the Twitters, what have you. You also have all of our episodes ready to stream right to your listening device. And hey, Android cell phone, telephone users, the Player One Podcast iPhone application is available for your listening device as well for that same $1.99.
Also cheap.
You can find that right over there at the Amazon Android Marketplace. We're also on Stitcher Radio. You can like us on Facebook. You can check archives of our show and watch us live most weeks on the youtubes.com/P1 Podcast. Usually on Sundays. We're doing it on Saturday, though, so be sure to follow our Twitter account.
Yep.
Find out when we will be doing our next live show. And if you've liked what you heard, and how could you can head over to patreon.com/P1 Podcast. Throw a few shekels our way. It keeps Ethan stocked in poop socks and me stocked in Peeps flavored Oreos.
That'd be embarrassing to screw up.
Keeps Ethan stocked in Peep flavored poop socks.
And poop flavored
Oreos. Stock in poop flavored Oreos. Either way is good.
Okay, so Phil, I know you try literally every flavor. So if they did a novelty flavor that was just called poop Oreos, would you try it? You would try it.
Of course I would. I'd be first in line.
You'd be alone.
Novelty Oreo and a poop joke all in one.
Now, would you test by like trying the real thing first, just to make sure you understood, like, what it was supposed to be?
This is getting more and more gross.
That's just weird. Now we're just playing into Ethan's wondering when they're coming out with a Vita game for that particular fetish. Yikes!
Wow.
Back touch. If you have a couple bucks left over, you can head over to generation-16.com and throw a couple bucks Greg Ford's way. You'll find the Patreon link to help support his fantastic web series, Generation 16.
It is fantastic.
It is.
Yes.
It doesn't really play as well when you say it, Greg, but
I mean,
but it is. But it is fantastic. So go support that wonderful show. CJ.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Phil.
I'll be seeing you soon.
Pleasure. Yeah, we'll
GDC.
We're going to be hanging out at GDC. If anyone happens to be at GDC and sees us, say hi.
Yeah,
say hi.
Yeah. Give Ethan a gentle tickle.
That's right. He loves that.
He'll thank you for it.
Oh no! No.
Ask if you can touch his Vita. He'll let you.
He'll be handing out poop socks.
He's like,
I think I'll stick with business cards.
Oh, okay. They can't be the same thing?
It's one of those novelty business cards that really makes everyone remember you.
You're giving a little of yourself with each one.
It costs a little more to get these socks printed up, but people don't just throw these on a Rolodex and forget about them.
True. True.
These are memorable.
Nice.
And you gotta hand it to them. You hold it closed. You pinch it closed and hand it to them, so they get the warm textile feel as they grab it from you.
All right. It's taking it a little far. This is a family.
Greg.
Family.
Greg.
Hi.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you and my apologies.
Man, I need a vacation.
Just like to say that Generation 16.
I need a vacation, and tomorrow I'm getting on a plane and getting closer to you two physically.
That's right. That's right.
It's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. And Ethan.
Yes.
Thank you for planning the GDC get together meal on my son's birthday. So that was really nice. So
I didn't
thanks.
get that time, but
No? Okay.
the only time I could make work. So
Okay. Oh well. Okay. Okay. Amazing coincidence. Whatever.
Your son's young enough. You can fake him out.
Yeah,
You can
he
be like,
won't remember that you weren't
He's not
there.
going to remember.
Oh, come on. He's turning 5. This is like prime child scarring age.
Yeah, but he won't
Well,
remember it. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Wait,
you won't
and-
Until he goes.
I wanna-
into hypnosis, you know.
I want to understand this.
Therapy.
You would put your son before us?
Yeah. What the hell, man?
Before you.
I
Okay.
see how it
I'm
is.
not talking about Seward here. Seward ranks above. You're right below. CJ's on the same level.
All right.
Wow, I'm
CJ's
honored.
CJ's on the same level. Yeah,
Thanks, man.
that's okay. It's just because you're the farthest away from me, so I'm.
So you're saying Seward's like a son to you?
No, he's more than a son to me.
I see.
Yeah.
Good.
He's like one of those special poop socks that you keep around for the
Oh my
memories.
god, this show should have ended like
All
10
right.
minutes ago.
Are we done here?
We'll see everybody next week
Yes.
for more
All right.
Switch talk. I bet you're excited.
All right. We'll have more of that. Bye-bye.
Bye, folks.
Bye.
Love you.